Last game I want to talk about before I go into Monday Night Football on tomorrow's bonus episode is between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. I think this game showed that Atlanta is here to stay and that they can be a legitimate threat. They lost week 1. They didn't look very good at all. And then they beat Philadelphia last week, who, as I just talked about, I think that they have what it takes to be a contender this year, even though that week 2 game was kind of an example of what Philly needs to not do. The Falcons won, so you can't knock them for that at all. And in the Chiefs game, they were right in there, and they had a chance to win up until the very end. So I think to go head-to-head with the back-to-back Super Bowl champions looking to three-peat, who are now 3-0, despite Atlanta's 1-2 record, I think that this proves that they are a legitimate threat in the NFC, and they can upset some teams, and they can go pretty far. I don't know. Kirk Cousins hasn't had the best playoff history, but you've got all the talent in the world on this team, especially on offense. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and now you've got a guy to distribute it, and that's the stuff we've talked about in preseason as well. But Kirk Cousins didn't look that good week 1, but now he's putting it all together. And this team, I believe, can be really serious. And this game against Kansas City really showed it. As for Kansas City, same old. They're 3-0 now. They're not that exciting to talk about, but that's just because they've been so dominant so far. And maybe not dominant in terms of point differential. These margins of victory with the Chiefs are always close, but they always manage to win somehow. And, yeah, I think they'll be just fine. I don't see any major flaws with the Chiefs right now, so I didn't want to focus on them too much right now. If you enjoyed this video, it would be great if you could find it in you to like, subscribe, maybe check out the full podcast on Spotify, follow us on there, follow us on Instagram. I know realistically this podcast isn't going to go anywhere ultimately, whether it's via the segments on YouTube or the entire podcast itself, but I want to get into the sports broadcasting business. I want to be able to promote thought-provoking discussions about the NBA, and I would love to do it via State of the Association. Thank you if you made it all the way through.